Hello and welcome to the Huddle. I'm your host, JT Thomas, broadcasting live from the Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fun-filled show today as we talk about the Mohawk Bowl week, as well as we're going to follow up on the West Virginia Baylor game. Joining me today, we have Trey from MHS, and we have Owen from University High School, and my old coach, Steve Dunlap from West Virginia University. I'm glad to have you all here, guys. Good job. Guys, we're going to get right into it. Coach, this is a big week, guys. This is a big week for the high schoolers here. On the show, we've been bringing high schoolers on, and we're talking about their game from time to time. But unlike any other week, this is one of the biggest weeks in our city, as we have the Mohawk Bowl. The Mohawk Bowl is played between Morgantown High and University High. Guys, are you excited about the upcoming game for this weekend?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
So let me ask you this: now, did you guys play through the Little League series or the youth football together?
Played against each other.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, coming up through youth football, is this game talked about, or do you guys were you expecting it as you were playing youth football?
Yeah.
Now, did you know what school you were going to play for in terms of neighborhoods and where you were going to live at?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about it in terms of, when you're in middle school and you said you were going to your prospective schools. I mean, did you think about the game or what you thought about it?
I was always going to University High School, and I live in the district, and it's where all my friends were. So I just stayed there, and now I'm a senior. It's kind of crazy, and playing in my last Mohawk Bowl.
See, now what's interesting, I know last year you guys' records, I think you were 8-2.
Yeah.
I don't know what Morgantown High was, but going into that game, I thought there was a lot of sentiments that University could be successful in that game. But as a Morgantown High player, I'm sure by halftime there was another thought process on the other side of the field. Tell me a little bit about last year's Mohawk Bowl.
Going into halftime last year, we really had no idea what was going wrong or what mindset we had. So we just regrouped and came out with a mean anger against UHS and just took over.
Coach, I had an opportunity to go there last year, and I have to say this, and I'll say this because I was invited to speak at the UHS game before the event, and I thought we had a pretty good talk, didn't we? Mm-hmm. In fact, I gave them an analogy of the Marching 300, the movie 300, and I talked about how do you defend the man next to you. And up until that point, they went into the game, Coach, and they had a good first half. But things changed at the halfway mark for University High School, and Morgantown High, kind of what you and I talked about before the show, opened up the second half with a big kickoff return. If you would, tell me what you think could have been said in that locker room to get a team to be motivated to go out there and do something after falling behind before halftime.
Well, JT, it's been my experience through years of coaching. You played big rivalry games like West Virginia plays Pitt back in the day. Didn't really have to say a lot because it's just built-in motivation. And like the Western PA kids, we had a lot of them on our team and so on and so forth. Just like these guys are cross-town neighbors, and they played against each other for years. So you really didn't have to say a lot. Matter of fact, you had to get them calmed down sometimes, or they got so excited they made a lot of mistakes. And basically just told them to do their job, and everything will take care of itself.
And that's what I kind of saw. I actually feel like that's exactly what happened, where University High was really on a high going into that game. Very productive in that first half. And then, like Coach kind of just said, I believe Morgantown High, I think they feel like they needed to win that game. Would you say that? Would you say you guys felt like you needed to win that game and you were probably too keyed up? And from just, again, watching the game, after halftime, I saw like another team. You were that one kickoff return really changed the game for you guys. Tell me what you guys were thinking on the other side of the ball.
Going into halftime, we were excited. We were hyped, and we just came out flat. And that kickoff return swung the momentum like crazy, and we couldn't get a stop on defense. Paige was running all over our defense, and from there it just kind of went. We got down, got our heads down. We were like, we blew a lead.
Now, Trey, on your side of the ball, I mean, what were the guys talking about? Obviously, they were excited because they went out and scored. But still, I thought University High had that momentum in terms of, this is the game, and during the season it looked like they could have won the game. What were you guys thinking on the other side?
Well, with that kickoff return, we were like, the train has left the station, so we got to keep rolling on the tracks. So we kept the level head and kept the momentum going, which took over.
So just to bring the fans up to speed on this game, now this game started, I believe, 1994, the first time they called it the Mohawk Bowl, okay? But yet, the experience in terms of the first time I had a chance to see them, coaches, 1999, they played the game at
Mountaineer Field.
Mountaineer Field.
Yep.
And guys, again, you just told me when you were born. This game, the one I saw, 1999. So obviously you guys weren't even born when I saw one of the best games here in the city, when there was nearly, I believe, Coach, it was 20,000 fans that came out and tailgated and got prepared for that game. This city has a rich history of this particular game. And I think, Coach, have you seen it, or have you noticed how the town kind of changes when we get ready to play this game?
Well, I'll tell you the truth, I've been in that little box over at Mountaineer Field for most of their high school careers. If I did go watch it, it'd probably be illegal when we get put on probation.
Okay.
So. But, rivalries are great. And as these guys get older, you'll start to appreciate it. Really, it's like when we used to play Pitt. I like playing Pitt, and I think rivalry is what made college football special. And we're losing a lot of that in collegiate because, like, Texas A&M don't play anymore, and that to me it's a bad thing. So that's something that every year, Morgantown High and University, I get excited about playing each other.
And the city, again, guys, I don't even know if you guys recognize, maybe you do, how palpable the city is when you guys are getting ready to play. I mean, I don't care what's going on. People flood that stadium. Now, where are you guys hosting? Is it at, whose field is it going to be?
It's at our field,
It's
University High.
University High Stadium, which I believe the first time you guys played at that field was 2009, I believe. That stadium was built 2008, 2009 was the first season. Before then, they kind of, you guys chose which side of the field you're going to be on. So how does it feel to be able to be playing at your home field opposed to playing at a neutral site?
It's really exciting. We're really excited. It's going to be packed. Brings the community together. It's a really fun game. We love playing in it.
Okay. Now, do you guys do anything special like during the week? I mean, is there a pep rally for this particular game for both sides?
I think so.
Yeah.
We have a pep rally.
Now, is it different than homecoming? I mean, what is it like?
Yeah, it is different. It's just a huge rivalry, and two schools don't really like each other in any sport, so.
In any sport, huh?
Yeah.
Not even in golf.
Maybe about that. But yeah, it's really exciting. This is a great atmosphere to play in.
And what's cool about it, though, one thing I noticed, Trey, is that after the game, though, you guys are all good.
Yeah.
Right? But up until that game, it is war on that field. And again, it just seems to be the game that the city just prepares for. And again, like Coach said, you may not even appreciate it until after the fact, you know, when you're in your 21s and you're hanging out in this space and y'all throwing one back, and you guys will remember who won the last one. Both of you guys seniors?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, this is it for you guys.
Yes, sir.
So now who has the advantage in terms of wins and losses? Who's ahead right now out of your class?
UHS.
UHS is ahead? Yeah, okay. So Morgantown High, you guys got a lot to prove here soon.
Yes, sir.
Now let's talk about current state. At 9-0, you're tied for second right now in the rankings. How does it feel going into this game as a ranked opponent, going to play Morgantown High?
I mean, we got a chip on our shoulder, but they're going to give us our best. They always do. It's Mohawk Bowl. Everyone's going to be going 100%. So we just got to play our game.
Trey, talk to me about, you guys coming in. And I would think that you'd come in as an underdog. And although I say the records are out there, what are you guys thinking going in playing against an undefeated team?
To me, that doesn't really matter in terms of records. We always go in there and give it our all. It's always going to be a close dogfight, so we'll see what comes.
Now, I have to say this, and again, it's just 2 weeks ago, Morgantown High, you have two back-to-back losses. The last game that I saw was the overtime game against Riverside, I believe. And it was really interesting because it was an interesting call by that coach. It was overtime. You guys scored first, and then they had a chance to come back and score. And did they score first, or did they score it and then they went for two?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For the two conversion. And coach, it was the darndest thing you ever saw, coach. It was I don't know if they were in I formation or split backs. They ran the ball carry into the line, coach. He handed the ball off to another running back from the other side.
Really?
The quarterback handed off to the running back. The running back handed off back to the quarterback for a 2-point conversion.
Really?
And it was the game was on the line. They don't score, you guys win that ball game. Mm-hmm. Did that talk to me about how you guys felt after that? Because I'm sure that had to be a tough one.
It was worse because it was our senior night, and
oh man,
it really hit us to the heart, and we just took the mentality like we never want to lose like that again. So we've been working really hard since then. So.
Okay, now last game again. I don't want to stay on the last game. That was a tough loss as well. You know, you guys got to come back and really get your heads out of it. I mean, we've been in that situation now. Coach, I talk about my first year here playing for you, 1994. Started off the season 1-4. 1-4. It was tough. It was tough, but and I talked the last show I talked about, Coach. We were playing Missouri, at Missouri. David Mayfield was the free safety on that team. Yep. And you remember they had that running back. It was 200-something pounds, 260, I believe. Big running back. Not a fullback, running back. Right. This guy busted through the line one time, and I'll say this to you guys to talk about inspiration. Guy busted through the line, David Mayfield, 170, 5'11", yeah. Morgantown High grad, comes through the line, and I mean put a licking on this guy. Bam! Changed our whole season. I mean, that was in my opinion, Coach, I thought that was the play.
Gets everybody excited.
Yeah, yep.
Also gets you thrown out of the game now.
It definitely.
I tell you what you guys need to do in rivalry games is you got to stay focused because there's a lot of distractions. Everybody's in your ear and talking, and you got to kind of just tune all that out and focus on your job and getting the job done. And that goes for your teammates, especially the younger ones, because they haven't experienced it yet.
Right? I agree with that. I agree. That's great advice. Guys, it's that time where we give away something. We're going to first give away the Morgantown High shirt, and it's going to come from my trivia question. To win this trivia question, first thing you got to do is raise your hand. Once you raise your hand, we'll have our good friend Eric bring you the mic, and we'll get the answer. Again, if you listen to the conversation, you would have heard the answer. Here's the first trivia question tonight. When was the first Mohawk game played at Mountaineer Field? When was the Mohawk Bowl first played at Mountaineer Field? Raise your hand if you have.
These are for tickets, right?
This is for the shirts.
No, I don't want the shirt. I want the tickets.
These are for the shirts. What do we got? Yeah. If you don't get it, I'll give you some multiple choice.
Did you say 2004?
Nope. I give you some multiple choice. It was either 1994, 1999, 2000, or 2013. A is 2000, B is 1994, C is 1999, D is 2013. Nope. That's a trick question, too. It was either 2000,
1999.
1999. If you remember, I said they weren't born. They were born. Both of them were born in 2000. The game was played in 1999. Thank you so much. Great job, guys. Great job. Again, ladies and gentlemen, to win, you got to be here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. And if you don't catch us here, make sure you go check us out at thedominionpost.com. Look on the football section. We'll always be there. All right, guys, let's keep after it. Guys, again, this is Mohawk Bowl weekend. We got a few more sessions before we get to the Morgantown High. Last year, the Mohawk Bowl, I talked about it last year. Tough game. Do you guys remember the score of that game?
It's 41-28, wasn't it?
41-28. It was Morgantown High 41, UHS 28. And I'm sure that was a tough loss.
Yeah, it was a tough loss.
Were you guys ahead two scores?
21-7 at halftime.
Yeah, because they had a.
What are you trying to do? Rub a little salt in the wound?
No, I'm trying to motivate both teams. I'm motivating. This is motivational. This, this is They don't want to lose, and MHS wants to win. So this is motivation for both teams. Again, I didn't go to either one, so I'm not partial. So again, 41-28. You guys were lead 21-7.
Yes, sir.
And it would just ended up tough for you guys.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the things you guys are doing this year to be 9-0, coming off an 8-2 season last year. How'd you get to this point?
We changed up our offense and defense, really using our personnel better. We got 19 seniors and 17 juniors, so we're loaded upperclassmen. And most of our linemen don't go both ways, and I think that makes a big difference.
That's a good point. What are you guys doing at Morgantown High?
We're just working, really. We're like slim this year with injuries and not many upperclassmen to help us out. So hopefully our work ethic comes into hand, comes more.
You know, although I point out the game against Riverside, I did see a lot of positives in that game. Yeah. You guys are throwing the ball around a lot better, I think. I think you guys are playing defense a little better, you know, so it's certainly doable, but it's going to take a lot of effort. Let's talk about how many, you said you guys got very few upperclassmen?
Yes, sir.
You know, you can't say enough about that, Coach. As he just said, he had 19 seniors in that senior class.
That's a big one.
That's a big deal right there. I think, you know, people don't take that into account. Even at the Division I level, we talk about young players and players being able to contribute to the team.
Right.
Talk about how pivotal that can be, having such a large class for UHS and the young guys on MHS.
Well, first of all, they're probably tight as thieves because they've all played together for a long time,
right.
And there's a good camaraderie there that you can't match. So the big thing is for the coach, he doesn't become hamstrung for what he can do. Right. Experienced guys understand the system, gives him a little flexibility to do a lot more different things. Like, you know, if you guys trade trick plays and stuff for what you're going to do in the game, you ready to tell? But the experienced guys, there's no better teacher than experience. And these guys can reflect back when they're sophomores, all the dumb things they did.
Absolutely.
And the coach is like, what's up with that? And now they know better because they've learned from experience.
One thing he said that I caught on to that you said, and throughout West Virginia, and you know, northern part of West Virginia for sure, you just said that your guys don't have to go both ways. Now, that's a big deal. When you don't have offensive linemen in high school or defensive linemen that don't have to go both ways, gives them a chance to rest up, opposed to another team that has to play. You know, they might have 15 athletes on their team,
right,
opposed to 19 or 20, right? 22 guys play on the field, 11 and 11. Most times, again, you have from 15 to 17 athletes. Not people on the team, guys that can actually contribute. I say that to say again, it gives you an advantage, in my opinion.
For sure.
To have that amount, to be able to have guys that don't have to play both ways. On your side of the ball, how many guys you got going both ways, or what do you see that's going to be important for you guys to do Saturday?
We just got to strain because our whole offensive line plays both ways. Our receivers play both ways, wow, and our running back plays both ways. So we really are. We just need to strain the whole game to really.
And you know what was funny about that word right there? This guy over here, he used that word a lot. He used to talk about, you guys got to strain, you know, you got to get in there, you know, and what asks his players to do a lot, and we try to respond the best way we can. But guys, we're going to get ready to flip this thing, and again, are we ready for another trivia question? All righty. Again, guys, all you had to do was listen to what we said, and we're going to get you an opportunity to win the other shirt up here, the University Hawk shirt. All right, multiple choice. All you had to do was listen. What was the score of last year's Mohawk Bowl? Was it UHS 35, MHS 17? C, MHS 41, UHS 28B, UHS 41, MHS 28, or D, MHS 17, UHS 35. And I'm sure that's going to be confusing. That's a lot. That's going to be a lot of numbers. So again, raise your hand, and I'm gonna give you the multiple choice again. Was it UHS 41, MHS 28. No takers on that. Okay. Was it MHS 41 and UHS 28? UHS 35, MHS 17? MHS 17, UHS 35. Let's try that again. There you go. It's either, I'll give you down to the two, 50-50. It was either 41-28 UHS or 41-28 MHS. 41-28 UHS or 41-28 MHS? Yes. Thank you so much. There you go. Now, look.
Cheater.
Look. They won the game, so, MHS won the game, so that would help out. All right, guys. All right, that was tough for me. Again, this is new for us with the high school stuff. We're going to get ready to go on the Mountaineer stuff, right? But to win, guys, you got to be here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. If you don't catch us here, make sure you go check us out at thedominionpost.com. All right, Coach. We're talking about the Mountaineers a little bit, and hopefully you guys will watch for a little bit. The Mountaineers just left Waco, Coach, against a Baylor team that was 0-6, I believe.
0-6.
0-6. 0-6. Now, Coach, we were here last week, and we talked about the Mountaineers having a great game against Texas Tech and worrying about us going into a trap game down there in Waco. Now, the Mountaineers started off very impressive, Coach. First half of the game, going into the third quarter, I thought offensively, Will Greer was able to show his prowess in terms of his mastery of the game, in terms of getting the ball around. Talk about that, Coach, about that first half of football for the Mountaineers.
Well, really, you go back to the Texas Tech game, it's a complete reversal of what happened. We came back in Texas Tech, and obviously they came back, almost dashed it for us at the end. But, we don't have Will Greer. We're just another team. He's a very, very special player, and he makes all the right decisions, and he runs the show. The only knock I have right now is we are working our running game.
Right.
Because I think Jake Spivatal wants to be balanced as he can be. And going into the game a couple of games ago, they were almost dead even run to pass. They've kind of gotten out of whack a little bit.
Right. And we talked about that. I think, and Coach, you're right to point out, last week was a major comeback for the Mountaineers against Texas Tech. It went down to the last series of the game, and we pulled it out. This week, Coach, we talked about it against Virginia Tech. Last week had Willie Evans and Jordan Thompson on here, and we talked about their inability to run the ball effectively. Against Virginia Tech, I complained that we didn't run the ball long enough or well enough, and Jordan Thompson made the point that we were behind, and therefore we had to throw the ball more. But as you just said, you got to be able to do both. You got to be able to, especially in this league, Coach, in the Big 12, right? You high school guys know that, right? You got to be able to do both.
Well, like all coaches will tell you, especially offense coaches, they're going to take what the defense gives them. In other words, if you load the box, so to speak, and the quarterback can see the whites of all their eyes, they're probably going to throw the ball more than they run it, and vice versa. So there's two philosophies. I mean, you can go in the game, we're going to run it to throw it, which means if you establish a running game, you're going to force safeties to come down and run support positions and put those corners on islands one-on-one, which opens up the play-action passing game, obviously. Or if you're a great passing team, they're going to play those safeties high, and they're going to be light in the box. And right now, I think what they're doing to us is they're playing their safeties high, and they're gaming the front, trying to trash all the gaps inside with their line and forcing the ball to run east and west. Right. So I'm sure that you may see some different running games and a different type of attack from our offense this week.
Right. One thing that we constantly heard was how our guys were outmatched in terms of poundage. Some of the Big 12 teams, Texas Tech and Baylor, having bigger offensive line than our guys.
They're huge.
Right. And then kind of like what you guys said, one thing I said last week is that becomes a factor when you don't have depth, when you don't have guys that you can switch in and out, and you're dealing with guys who are much heavier that you got to pound all week in and week out. Other than that, I think but just based on what you said, offensively, defensively, if we scheme it up, we're okay. Now, I will say this, Coach. When Dana Holgorsen came in, everybody talked about us being the air raid. I don't know if we had a quarterback that was consistent enough to be the air raid, but now it seems like we do. We got a guy who can really throw the ball around. Would that be part of the thinking process to say, hey, this is something that we wanted to do anyway?
Well, do what you do best.
Right.
So, but we have great running backs too. I mean, Justin Crawford's been beat up a little bit, but he's a quality running back, and we have two more right behind him, probably McCoy and number 32 and Petaway. I mean, those guys are good players. So I would say that they want to be balanced. And the other thing about these so-called air raid offense, they keep putting the defense back out on the field very quickly when you go no huddle, hurry up, as they call tempo. But another factor you got to think about too. You talking about the size of these guys. As the season's gone on now, the heat factor starts to dissipate because when you go out there and you're 280 pounds and you're in 85, 90 degree heat, that is really rough on linemen. So. Even though we're a little thin on the defensive line, I think as the weather cools off, that'll help us. And the left tackle for Oklahoma State is 6'7", 350 pounds. I mean, they're some big dudes. They lean on you all day. You're gonna get tired. So, and they're a very balanced team. Everybody thinks they throw it all over the park. Well, they run for over 200 yards a game. Right. So they have a balanced attack too.
Right. Did you guys get a chance to watch the game? Did you see that first half? What did you guys think of that first half? Were you impressed?
Yeah, they look good.
What do you guys think about this Will Greer guy we keep talking about?
I like him.
You like him? What do you like about him?
He's a targeter. I mean, he knows where to throw the ball and throws it on time.
He makes good decisions.
Yeah, one thing I like about him, Coach, is the kid is just leading. I mean, he's not chatty.
I like his demeanor.
Yeah, exactly.
He never panics. He's always one play ahead. And, Well, he's got all the right stuff. Yeah,
we talked about it. I felt like when we played Texas Tech, there was never a sense of worry. Even when we played last week, I didn't see a huge concern, although we're concerned when they're scoring. But from Will Greer, I just didn't see a panic mode for this guy. What'd you guys see?
I think he's calm under pressure. He goes out there and slings it around.
Now, what does that say for a guy? Say if you were in high school. Do you thrive off a guy's demeanor like that? If a guy's cool, is his offense cool? If a linebacker's cool, calm, and collective, is the defense cool, calm, and collective?
I'd say for sure.
What you say with that, Trey?
Yeah, if you see him calm, like not panicking under pressure, it helps a lot.
Yeah, and that's what I've been kind of getting from this guy. The team just kind of, have faith and will. He'll get it done. But at the same time, Coach, as you know, it's a team sport.
Absolutely.
Will got some great weapons. I mean, he got 4 or 5 wide receivers with the David Seals kid and the Sims kid and the White kid. I mean, that's a bunch of weapons, Coach.
Well, yeah, I mean, quarterback's only good as the people around him.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially the offensive line. Nobody pays any attention to either line until things aren't going good. The quarterback's flat on his back or they're running anywhere they want to against the defense. So, it's a total team effort. That's one thing about football. It's never going to change. It takes all 11 both sides.
Right, I agree. Hey, guys, this was just so you guys know, this is really impressive. And for the first time in Mountaineer history, we have a quarterback that had 2 back-to-back 5-touchdown games. Coach, that's just simply impressive. I mean, it's never been done. You agree or disagree?
Well, you can say it's a great offensive league. You can also say it's a really bad defensive league. So take your pick, all right?
Right.
I tend to say it's a rotten defensive
Right. I know. I agree with you. I'm a defensive guy. I agree.
The first 7 games we played this year, the average defense we played against national ranking was 91.
Wow.
It's going to change now.
Yeah.
The next 5 is going to be ranked 50 as an average. So
right. Says a lot to meaning.
We're going to find out a lot about our team.
But it helps us out marketing-wise to say we got a guy that got 2 back-to-back 5-season games. Guys, I want to make sure while we're doing this that you are signing the sheet so we can get your name in the hat so we can give you these tickets. So make sure you're doing that. Get with Pam. She has the bowl over there. We got 2 tickets to the Mountaineer games. You want to be a part of this. All this stuff we're talking about up here, you want to be a part of watching the Mountaineers take on OSU this upcoming week. Let's keep at it, Coach. I agree with you. I'm going to get in the defense part of it because how I kind of do that, talk about offense first, and I talk about special teams, then I like to talk about my defense. Because as we know, Coach, defense win ball games, right?
Win championships.
There we go. Absolutely, absolutely. So, again, we get Will Greer, 5 touchdowns, passes in the game. This kid that comes out of nowhere, David Seals, 6'4", 6'5", wide receiver, used to be a quarterback, blowing the league up, blowing college football up right now as the #1 receiver for touchdowns in college football. Special guy, Coach. I just think he's a special guy.
Well, he's deceiving. He's got deceiving
Yes.
speed, and he's got really good body control. And he is really dangerous when he gets inside the 20 in the red zone because at his height, he just go up and take it away. And I think Will knows that.
Right.
So you'll see a lot of balls thrown high and away and let him go up and get it.
Right. One thing I see, Coach, and I just don't understand why people give him the inside. For instance, when we played Texas Tech, last play of the game, well, not last play of the game, but it was twins open. They had twins on one side. We had Will Greer isolated on a cornerback. We went 2 plays to the right side where the twins were, showing that we have, maybe they were trying to set them up to showing that we were going to the strength. The cornerback played the outside of David Seals, and let David come in and shield him off from the ball where David could only be the only guy that could take the ball in that twins open slot. I think that's just an incorrect way to play a guy that's threatening like that, Coach.
Well, you get a lot of crazy coverages. I mean, you get everything from 3 deep to combination mans. But the problem is when you put 3 and 4 wideouts out on the field, who are you going to double?
Right.
Because if you try to bracket or double David, you're going to play a lot of guys single all by themselves.
Right.
So, pick your poison.
Right. That's a good thing.
We have 3 good receivers.
Right.
And maybe 4.
Right.
So
I agree.
It's really difficult to try to double one guy.
Guys, you guys understand we talking French over here?
No.
Okay. Hey, and it's kind of a treat for me. It's going to be far and few between the times you get to talk to your old coach, right? So I'd like to hear what he's saying in terms of how these things kind of play out. I'm sure that you guys have an opportunity to chat it up, and specifically you with Coach Kelly. I got a chance to. I wanted to get some input from him directly, but he was on the move. And I'm sure he just has a wealth of knowledge and be able to chalk it up as well. Again, guys, let's keep it moving. Coach, now the one thing that we're going to get, and I want you guys to comment on this. Coach, we were very successful for the first 3 quarters of the game. But in the 4th quarter, Coach, we gave up 27 points. As a defensive coach, as a defensive guy, that's hard to swallow. Tell me what you were thinking in that process.
Like the Hillary Clinton book, what happened, right? What happened? Huh? Well, I'll tell you what happened. First of all, Gibby's had some injuries. He's got guys playing out of the normal positions. Okay. They ran a wheel route, and the guy turned one loose for a free one. They went to it several times on 4th down. They stole a possession on onside kick, which means the special teams let us down. So you can't blame it all on the defense there. So then the offense goes out and really didn't do anything with the ball.
Right.
So it's really a combination of a lot of things, just not one. But I think Goodby's probably on suicide watch this week. We got to keep an eye on him, but he'll get him going. I mean, it's tough playing these wide open offenses to throw them all over the field. The difference is what West Virginia's defense is really good at is 3rd down percentage. They do very well getting themselves off the field, and they're very good in the red zone, which a lot of these spread throwing teams really have problems when the field gets condensed.
Right.
Because they run out of room. There's not so much stretch in the secondary.
Right. I talk about the red zone being the most important area on the field, right? Those 20 yards. And for the fans, we call it red zone 20 yards into the goal line. As Coach just said, the field gets shorter. You guys kind of you get puckered up a little bit too. When your back's up against the wall, you want to, as a defense, you want at the very least either stop them from scoring, put it in a kicking situation, right? That's kind of how you guys look at it.
Yes,
you don't want them to score. Yep. You'll let them walk off with a field goal, or we want to stop them. But in that red zone area, talk about. Have you been in that space where talk about how you feel in the red zone?
In the red zone, it's like we're out of our comfort zone. Right. So it's like we don't want them to score. We'd rather take 3 points over 6 or 7. So yeah.
What do you think?
Well, it changes everything. Our coverages change up. run a little bit more man down there. So you are puckered up. I mean, your backs are against the wall. And
of course, we
just
won't
gotta
play
go
zone
play.
this week, right?
Right.
I'm not telling.
Yeah, okay. Now,
Your ability to run the ball is probably more important than ever because, once you get that squeeze, that field, you got corners setting on the receivers and can't throw out cuts anymore, and there's a lot of things you can't do. So that's to me, that's when the running game becomes paramount.
right. One thing that Coach, that again, we're talking about defense. The one thing that hurt us in the fourth quarter is that West Virginia only had the ball 9 times in that from what I read in the fourth quarter, right? Time of possession for Baylor, they managed.
Yeah, I think our offense had 3 or 4 minutes, and they had to rest.
Okay,
like
right.
11 minutes or something.
Right, and that in itself, Coach, when you almost playing keep away, or
Exactly.
driving the ball where a potent offense like West Virginia could not be effective.
Well, like I said, they stole the possession onside kick, which you got the ball in the 50.
Right.
Then I think they went for it at least twice on 4th down and made them. So they were gambling too. So in normal circumstances, they would probably kick field goal or punt it, but they had to score. So
Okay.
that's that.
One thing at this, and I'm gonna roll right into this because Coach and I, we talked about this before games, and I say this week in and week out. Special teams, special team cost us an onside kick, but when you're not gaining yardage, talked about you guys last year, special teams being a huge factor in the UHS loss where they ran it back for a touchdown. We haven't been very successful in breaking anything, whether it be a kickoff or a punt return on special teams. That's just a third of the game that I don't want to say we conceded, but Coach, it worries me. If we had what you had, a Tavon Austin, we have a better chance in my mind to come away with some points or be threatening
Exactly.
in the special teams arena. Talk about special teams a little bit, if you would.
With my vast experience of being a special team coordinator in 2012, which happens to be the worst job I ever had in my life. It's awful. But because you have no control.
Right.
And you get blamed for all 11 players doing something wrong.
Right,
So,
right.
of course, the defensive coordinator for 18 years, they got blamed for the defense. So that's why they call it coordinator, so they have somebody to blame.
There you go.
That's all. So the thing about returners, punt returner or kickoff returner, it's the guy back there. And if you have a dynamic guy that can catch a ball like a Tavon Austin and make things happen, well, the rest of your kids will get excited on that team, and they'll do a lot better job of trying to block and this sort of thing. The thing about 2012 is 65% of the kicks either went out of bounds or they stuck on the sidelines or kicked away from Tavon. They wouldn't kick to him.
Right.
So that's another thing. You got to have an opportunity. As far as the cover teams, the kickoff and the punt team, I always call those the get you beat teams, because if you don't cover it well and you don't do those punt well, you lose field position. They flip the field on you, and obviously can run it back for touchdowns. So we had a tendency to put better players on the cover teams.
Right. So guys, with you guys special team, every week I talk about this here on the show. When I played under Coach Nealon, he had this thing. He would say, special teams are for special guys. Now, do you guys have your starters on special teams at any point? For the most part?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Kickoff.
Do you take it? Do they take it serious, or you depend on the guy to kick it in the field and out of the end zone?
We take it serious for sure. I'm on kickoff. I love it. I think it's fun.
It is.
Running
It is.
down there.
It could be a difference in the game too.
Yep.
People don't pay attention. It's funny, when I was at Syracuse, we only traveled with 55 guys, and all our starters played special teams, and a lot of them, at least 2. So when you guys are watching games Saturday, like even West Virginia, see what the philosophy of the head coach is. The guys are backups for a reason. They're either young or not ready to play, or they just aren't good enough.
Right.
If you see a whole team full of backups on your special teams, it probably isn't a good thing.
Right.
Because your best players will make the best plays. So,
Coach,
I think
you
West
make
Virginia
my
kinda
point.
mixes it up a little
You
bit.
make my point. I feel vindicated. I got my coach here coming to say the same thing. Special teams are for special guys. You got to want to be on special teams, and you got to want to be productive as a special team player. Guys, I can remember when I was on kickoff. As I mentioned, he was my coach. And we run down on kickoff, man. I got hit and dinged, and I remember the whole field shaking as I'm running to go get the guy. But we were under that, we want to get down there. I mean, one thing I think our coach did a great job out, we worked on drills such as getting the ball out, something we did every day, right? And then we worked on special teams. And Coach Nealon was the head of special teams then, wasn't he?
Yeah, we're going the black hats. We had coal miner's hat on, right?
Yeah, and we got after it. You
didn't have your head on a swivel.
No, I know.
You weren't coachable.
I know.
That's what you get. Huh?
Hey, it was a good time. It was a good time, and I have to say, I got a lot out of it. In coaching and being able to watch the game and sit up here, and when I say critique, guys, I just believe that we got to find a way to be more productive in the special team games. The game is played all three sides of the ball. Right now, offense is doing a better job. Well, I can't say that, Coach. I wouldn't say just the offense is doing a better job. Right now, they're farther along than our defense. Would you say that?
We have some spectacular players in offense too.
Right.
So we graduated a bunch on defense, and Gibby's had to rebuild the defense all over again. So that's not an easy thing to do.
Right.
And another thing about our special teams, we have the best kickoff return unit in the Big 12 right now.
Really?
So, that's something to be excited about. I think it's like 22, 23 yards of return that we're averaging. So that's a big plus.
Okay. We just got to keep it up. We just got to keep that up. And I believe, I'm confident that mindset will change and we'll become more productive doing that. All right, guys, let's keep after it. So right now, West Virginia is really getting ready to start playing some big-time teams. We got Oklahoma State coming up, Coach. I think they're in the top three right now. We got Oklahoma State.
Two top 10 teams.
The top 10, exactly. Two top 10s we're going to be playing fairly soon, right? And
watch out for Iowa State.
Right. Iowa State, yes.
That's a bunch of hungry guys.
Yes.
That's what I see.
Exactly.
Not so much talent, but extremely hungry. Play well together.
Right. Being able to play, this will be the first time that the Mountaineers are playing consistent high caliber teams. And we're going to have our A game this upcoming week.
We'll find out in the next 5 games how good we really are, because we're into the meat of the schedule, and we're going to play a lot better defensive teams and a lot better offensive teams.
Right. Now, I'm concerned again, guys. So we're getting ready to watch this game. My only concern is depth on defense. That is it. That is it. Being able to, offensive line wise, we got young guys on those corners. We're solid at the spur bandit, at the free safety spot.
Well, that's been a problem because we've had guys banged up. And you got the people out there in Mountaineer Nation needs to keep an eye on the defense, because he starts to move guys around there. You know what it's like to play in an unfamiliar position. Things happen fast out there, and you don't have a lot of time to think. So, but he's trying to get. I think he's going to try to get his best 11 on the field. And sometimes, you will play out of positions. He's had a free safety playing spur, a free safety playing bandit, a corner playing bandit. I mean, they've been all over the place.
Right.
So, and here's the thing: how well do we match up on the receivers? Washington's a great receiver for them. I mean, he is unbelievably fast. And he can take the top off of defense in about 2 seconds.
Right.
So, is he going to flip corners and try to match up our best cover guy with him? We'll wait and see.
Right.
Or can you get to Mason? Mason's not a runner.
Right.
So he's a big old tall guy that where he's going to be most of the time. He's going to be in the pocket about 8 yards deep. So hopefully Gibby can get some pressure on him, and we can cover him long enough to get him on the ground.
Right. Now, what do you guys think about that? Are you going to be watching the game this week?
Yes, sir.
I know you got a big game. Your business you got to take care of. Friday night, y'all know y'all going to take care of y'all business. But Saturday, around noon, be an opportunity to watch the Mountaineers. Are you guys going to be checking it out?
Should be.
I'll be there.
Okay. Good deal.
How many guys are going to sleep Thursday night? You guys going to be asleep?
Maybe a little bit.
Y'all excited?
Yes, sir.
How does that school day go? I mean, do you get excited just, is it 12 o'clock at school when you're going to play this game and say, hey, starting to get in that mode? You tell your girlfriend, stop talking to me, don't bother me at this point. Is that how it goes? Yeah.
I feel like on Fridays, our game days, they always take the longest. You're sitting in class, it feels like forever in your jersey,
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. And for you, like I said, now I haven't been to Morgantown High because nobody's asked me to come. Yeah. But I've been going to your spaghettis. It's usually spaghetti, but then y'all, I don't know if it's just this
We've
game.
had all sorts of stuff this year.
Okay, and it was at a great place. You guys really got. I thought last year was a pretty hype event. You know, I thought I left you guys in good shape.
You did.
I left them in good shape, Coach. I had them ready to go eat raw meat. I guess that lasted for a half.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But again, guys, this week, Oklahoma State, the Mountaineers have their biggest test yet, playing one of the Big 12 top teams. We're going to need the Mountaineer fans to come out there and do exactly what we did at Texas Tech, and stay with our team all game long and be prepared to cheer them on. Coach, I think, as you know, that 12th man is going to be critical, specifically for a game like this.
Especially if we want to do all the checking on the line of scrimmage with Mason. He does a lot of verbiage. So the louder it is, the better it is. So hopefully they can't get to – I'm sure at their practice this week they're going to have the stereos going.
Yes. That's a good – look, I don't know if many people know that. Coach just referred to Mason using verbiage to communicate with his guys.
Or there are no huddle. So
right.
That's, you know.
So what happens is, and we've done it here at the Mountaineers, right, they want to simulate crowd noise. So what they'll do is put the PA system, they'll play just noise.
Yeah, all the neighbors around town get mad.
Yeah.
It's loud.
Okay. Yes. So again, they will simulate, and so we're telling you now, be loud, often, be prepared to come out there and set this thing up. And for our young students, stay the whole game, guys. Stay the whole game. Amanda, are we ready to give away those tickets? Okay, yeah, you guys, I'm telling you. We got 2 sets of tickets here. 4 tickets for the MHS game and 2 tickets for, is that right? For the 2 tickets for the Mountaineer game on Saturday. If you are interested in going, make sure you put your name in that hat so we can give you guys a 2 minutes to do it. All right, thank you. 2 minutes to do it. So you're interested in those tickets, make sure you find Pam, you find that bowl, and you get a chance for the drawing for these tickets. All right, guys, I got 2 minutes. That means I got to go ahead and get this thing going, right? So you want to ask I want to get some questions asked by the audience. All right, guys, we're going to roll into our audience asking questions. If you have a question for us, please raise your hand. Raise your hand, and we'll answer your question to the best of our ability. So if you would, let us know what you got for us. Oh, yeah. She's one of our regulars. She's going to try to stump us, Coach.
Hold on.
She's going to try to stump us. You ready? We're ready.
Which defensive back from WU led the nation with 10 interceptions in 1994?
Oh, I know that.
Who was it?
Yeah, we
Aaron
know.
Beasley.
I played with them. Listen, that was too easy.
He had a great
I
coach.
asked that one because he said you wouldn't probably remember.
No, I would remember that.
Next year he didn't get any action either. They didn't get a pass to him next year.
Right.
Here's one I was going to really ask.
You know what? What's amazing, though, just to point to that question, Rasul Douglas, I think last year, did he lead the Big 12 in interceptions? Yeah.
He came on strong, came out of nowhere.
Yes. Kid wasn't even starting, was he, Coach?
Exactly.
Wasn't starting. Rasul Douglas comes out of nowhere, lead the Big 12 in interception, and gets himself drafted and is doing spectacular things.
And Monday night he started for the Eagles.
For the Eagles. And had an interception. He had an interception. Guys, so that's a great question. Well, that wasn't a question. That was a trivia. She's been trying to stump us for the last couple weeks.
Next.
What do you got?
I have lots of them. I know that. Which player became West Virginia's all-time leading scorer in Week 6 against Syracuse in 2008?
All-time leading scorer?
All-time leading scorer in Week 6 against Syracuse in 2008.
2008. Leading scorer, would that be Pat White?
It has to be Pat White. He was the quarterback.
Are you sure?
2008. Yeah, it had to be Pat White
He
because
continued. Well, Pat White did too. He continued to an NFL career, and he might still be there or he might not be there.
2008. So my son came in 2006. 2008, my daughter was born.
What, Pat McAfee?
Yay, you win.
There we go.
I couldn't remember he's a place kicker and the punter. I forgot.
Okay.
You're supposed to know these things.
Hey, that's what she's.
It's not nice to trick the coach.
All right, we got any questions? Any questions? Okay, we ready to do the tickets? All right. This will be for our Oklahoma State tickets. All righty. We're going to let my old coach pull that name.
Look, I found my name in there. I need those tickets.
All righty. What do we have here? I'm going to let you guys. Uh-oh.
Jeremy Ziders.
Jeremy. We got Jeremy.
The fans.
Who's Jeremy? Raise your hand. Raise your hand, gentlemen.
Right there.
Ah. Hey. All righty. Here we go. And how many tickets we got? We got 2 sets, right? 2 sets. So this is our first set. We'll let Trey do that one. Small handwriting.
Jake Messmore.
Jake. We got Jake.
There you go.
Jake, there we go. All righty, Jake. Good job. Good job. All righty, here we are, second set of tickets.
Nicole McKinney.
Nicole. All righty, you're a winner. All righty. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for supporting, coming out. Again, to win, all you have to do is be here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. If you don't catch us here, make sure you go out and check us out at theminionpost.com. We got 5 minutes. Great. All right. Good. Listen, we're going to give you a couple more questions. We're here to answer your questions. As I've said 1,000 times, what typically happens is we're sitting here asking for questions, and after the show, somebody will ask these guys what they think. So again, if you got questions, not only for us, you got 2 high school guys here. Let's ask them some questions, if you will. What do you have?
I got a question.
Gotcha.
Is it true that when you were a senior and you had full pads on the helmet at 250 pounds, you could do a backflip and land on your feet?
Absolutely. And I'm north of 250 pounds right now.
North.
And I have my daughter over there right now, my Rocky. That's my daughter. So my daughter she's in the gymnastics, and she's taught herself how to do backflips, okay? So I kept telling her, I said, daughter, your dad can do backflips. Now, Coach saw me do them when I was younger. I used to use this to win extra money, right?
You can do it now?
I can do it. I did it in March. Not right now. In March, I had to show my 8-year-old daughter, who will be 9 in November, that her dad can still do backflips. It's like riding a bike. Once you know how to do it, you can do it. Thanks for that question, Coach. All right, what you guys got? Anybody got anything else? All righty, any other questions?
Any predictions of the score of
I
the
have
game?
one.
Yes, question, prediction?
Any predictions?
So you two are sitting there side by side.
Yeah.
Are you pretty friendly, or are you kind of
Yeah.
cursing
Yeah, we're
each other
cool.
under
Yeah.
your breath? How's that
Yeah,
going
we're
for you?
cool. It's fun.
Yeah. It's all good.
They're going to go at it out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
In the parking lot
Yeah.
afterward? So what do you two, did you guys exchange any pleasantries when you got here, or? you
Yeah,
know?
we know each other. We played against each other since we were little. So
Now positions, play positions again.
Oh, I'm defensive end.
Defensive end.
strong safety and slot receiver.
Okay, so you may have a chance to hit him.
We'll see about that.
This is how it starts. Now, slot receiver now, and you play defensive end. Now, are you gonna let up on him now? I mean, since you're friends,
No.
are you gonna take it easy on him?
No.
Are you gonna sit here and say you're gonna try to knock his head off if you get a chance?
Possibly.
It's business out there.
Hey, listen, you heard what he said? That's what a true friend will do. If I had, friend, go ahead and say it, friend, if I have a chance to knock your head off, I probably will.
Yeah.
That's what you got to love about football. You got to love that about football, Coach.
Exactly.
Uh,
Greatest team game in the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, I'm going to take this time to just nail Coach again because I do it every year. Well, every time I'm around him, I get him on this. 1995, I believe. We're playing Kent State. I got a chance to get the tackle record here at West Virginia. Right? We're playing Kent State with the option team. My coach right now, he is all-time West Virginia single game tackler, top tackler at 28 tackles, 1974 against, I've researched it, Coach.
You got memory.
1974, he had 28 tackles against Boston College. Coach, why'd you take me out the game, Coach? Why'd you take me out the game?
We were winning. We weren't winning at Boston College. We get beat 35-3, and all those tackles were 5 yards down the field. So somebody had to make them. They basically I got run over. So, yeah.
Hey, listen, I give it to him every time. The good thing about that game, and he's absolutely right, so we played Kent State, Coach. They were option team. I really have, and I tell people this, they don't recognize this. I had 3 opportunities to make a tackle.
Oh, yeah.
Fullback dive.
Quarterback pitch.
Quarterback pitch. That was the deal right there. Where, and again, guys, I played middle linebacker, and the way Coach schemed it up, I really was a scraper guy over the top, right? For you guys, you understand. So
inside out the ball.
Inside out on the ball. So if they ran the ball and it was an option team, I got 3 shots to make a hit, and I believe I had like 15 tackles in the first half. So I was on pace to go ahead and take that record out.
But you know what? A lot of these defensive coordinators, they're trying to make a name for themselves. And I look at a lot of games. People ought to watch out there. They're winning by 21 points in the fourth quarter, and they still got all their starters in the game.
Right.
So they're playing for stats.
Right.
And I always took the opportunity whenever I could get those young guys in the game, give them game experience. I always thought it'd pay off for us later in the season if somebody went down.
Right. And it did. And our young guy was Jason Williams at the time.
Became a really good
player.
player.
And it really gave Jason an opportunity to really contribute to the team. Again, I rib him about that all the time, but it was certainly the right thing to do. And for the most part, probably prolonged my opportunity to play because obviously I could have got hurt. In fact, at the end of that season, I got hurt pretty bad, to be honest with you.
Yep.
So again, guys, I rib him all the time about it. But it was a great time. But I will say this: because of the defense we played, guys, and you guys will appreciate this in a long time. He gave me an opportunity to be West Virginia leading tackle 2 years in a row.
Exactly.
I led the team in tackles both years. I think I had 125 my first year, and then the second year I had 99 tackles. Now, Coach, I think the only thing that hurt me is when we went to that cock nose. That hurt me. That hurt me.
We had a better D line. They got to it before you did.
They went to the, yeah, they did. They did. So again, how much time I got? Okay, all right, guys. Again, Coach, I have to give it to you, but I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to do this once again. But guys, did you guys enjoy yourself?
Yes, I did.
All right, guys. I want to say good luck this Friday. I know it's a big game for you guys. It'll be something that you guys remember for the rest of your lives. And to you fans, I just want to remind you we're here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. If you don't catch us here, make sure you go check us out at thedominionpost.com. And until next time, huddle up.